Hello again everyone, welcome to Let's Create a Gift. Today's quick little video is about changing colour when doing single crochet or double crochet if you're in the UK and carrying your yarn through. I'll also show you at the end a really easy way to stay untangled and also how to hide the yarn that you're carrying through if you don't want it to show, which is what I've done on this one because I quite liked the green spots coming through. But I'll show you how to do that. So this is a pencil pop cover. The colours to match where my husband works. So I'll just take my stitch marker out. So when you're first attaching your yarn, you can go ahead and do that in whichever way you prefer. I personally tend to just tie it on, and then if it's something that's going to get washed, it's not going to easily start unravelling or fall apart. Or you can change your colour in the way I'm going to show you now for when you're just changing colour. You can add your colour in the same way. So I'll show you today with the grey and the green. So single crochet as normal. And then in the stitch before you want it to change is when you're going to change colour, if that makes sense. So in this instance, I want the start of my green to be one stitch after the first green. So I want it to be in the second, and then I'm going to do 3, and that gives this nice diagonal stripe. So I don't want my green to appear in this stitch, I want it to appear in this stitch. So to do that, to make sure that the front, which is the bit you're going to see, is still in the colour you want, so in my case grey, you go into the stitch as normal. Be careful you don't pull it a little bit tight, which I've done on this one. Pull your yarn through as normal, but then don't finish your single crochet there. Then what you want to do is drop that colour. Now if you was adding a colour, you could just pull it through at this point and then work over your end or weave your end in. I've already got mine attached in this case. So your second colour is then going to finish your single crochet. So yarn over and pull through. So now I've got my new colour on my hook and my original colour in the stitch I want it to be in. So try not to pull that too tight. And I then want to carry on in this new colour, making sure that your old colour, your original colour, in my case grey, is lying on top of those stitches. So when you go through that stitch there, make sure that this is also over your hook and hold it when you then complete your single crochet. Now, just show you that again. So go through. This one is on your hook and pull through. And then when you yarn over, if you can just see it under there, the grey still through underneath. Yarn over and pull through. And now your grey is trapped underneath. There you go, underneath that single crochet. So now this is the last stitch that I want to be green. So I want to change back to grey now. So I'm going to go through as if I'm making a single crochet as normal, still carrying that yarn through. 2 green loops on the hook. Drop your green, pick up your grey. Sorry, a little bit out of focus then. And again, making sure that we bring this yarn with us. Yarn over and pull through. So now I've got my 3 green stitches, 1, 2, 3, which is what I wanted, and I'm back to grey. And then I would single crochet as normal. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm going to show you now is I quite like in this instance that I can see little green. It kind of makes it a pattern. So to get that look, when you're carrying your yarn through, just leave that on the top of the stitch. And then that way, as you single crochet, you'll get to see a little bit of it through there. Now, if you don't want that, which is what I've done on the green, can't really see the grey through that one, is when you're carrying the yarn, put it behind the stitch, okay, so that when you single crochet, you're keeping that colour that you're carrying through pulled down instead of on top. So again, yarn over and pull through. And now like that stitch, you can see the green, but this one you can't. So I'll just show you again. So again, we're going to make sure that that is lying at the back. Do we want that pulled down inside? and then we yarn over, pull through. So if you can see now, on that stitch, you can't see the green very much. So it's a bit dark, that, isn't it? There you go. On that stitch, you can't see the green, but on the one before it, you can see the green, like those. And that's a trick to hiding the yarn that you're carrying through. It is still a little bit obvious if you was doing something in, say, black and white. You probably will slightly be able to see it. And it would mean that you can still see it on the inside, because it's not going to be obviously totally hidden. The only other way to avoid that is if you were going to attach your new colour every time you change colour. But if you're only doing a few stitches, it doesn't really make sense. The only other way would be to use colours that are slightly similar, so it hides a little bit better. But I quite like the look that gives. Makes it look like an intentional pattern, as long as you carry it through the same way every time, so whether you're hiding it down behind the stitch or laying it on top, as long as you're consistent, it's going to look really good. So there you go. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and click subscribe so that you can see all the new videos as they come out. Hopefully with a little bit more child-free time, I can get some patterns on there too. Or come and join us in the Crochet Collective on Facebook for lots of free written patterns available in PDF format for you on a regular basis. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.